No comment?
Yeah, you're trespassing.
Okay, who lives here?
You're trespassing.
Who lives here, ma'am?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
She did respond to these allegations. I want to play you her sound here, insisting on her innocence.
Good to see you, Ms. James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Errol.
Absolutely. What is going on here? Did anybody contact you before this letter went out accusing you of this, that, and the other and making a criminal referral about real estate transactions?
No, not at all. And let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets. He engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And the interest is accruing each and every day while the case is on appeal in the First Department. It's important that individuals know that this is nothing more than the continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and in disarray. Medicaid, Social Security, CFPB, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, as you mentioned, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import at all, have no legal significance. And we are standing up for the rights and privileges of New Yorkers and Americans. I will not be silenced. I will not be bullied. I will not bend. I will not break. And I will not bow to anyone. No one is above the law, including the President of these United States.
Okay.
And the Office of the Attorney General will continue to stand up.
Let me follow up of some of what's in this this letter. It says according to media reports, which for us in the media is kind of a red flag, meaning that it seems to be based on some social media posts that I know were made by partisan political actors. But just let me ask you about some of the specifics in the letter. They're saying that your house in Brooklyn is a legal 5-family and the mortgage on it is for a 4-family house. Is that true?
So let me just say that, Errol, you know, as any good attorney, I will not litigate this case in a camera. It's important that we will respond to these allegations at the appropriate time and in an appropriate way. But I will not go back and forth with respect to these baseless allegations. I am more focused again on standing up for the freedoms, the liberties, and for the rule of law in the state of New York.
I was under the impression by all of this that what they were really looking for is what they got, which is a headline saying, Tish James is under a criminal investigation. Is that pretty much what's going on here?
Yeah, that's what they got. That's what they got. And it's unfortunate that you have some of these right-wing conservative individuals who are camped out in front of my home and in front of the homes of my relatives in Virginia, harassing them each and every day. And it's unfortunate, knocking on the doors of my neighbors and the neighbors of my relatives in the state of Virginia. And it is nothing more than a headline. Nothing more than, again, retaliation against all of the actions that I have taken successfully against Donald Trump.
Okay.
Unbelievable, right? This is just really, really epic. I mean, epic stuff, because we have now learned that apparently Letitia's residence there in New York is actually empty. And that's kind of sort of really amazing. Gosh, I wish I could get this video actually to show you guys, because this is just, maybe I can pull this off. All right, bear with me. I'm going to try this. This is new territory for Trish. So let's see if we can actually get you to see this here. This is coming to us off of Twitter from the Daily Caller News Foundation. Let's give it a shot, okay? Bear with me. Here we go. You got to see it. It's actually really good.
No comment?
Yeah, you're trespassing.
Okay, who lives here?
Who lives here, ma'am?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
Yep. That's that. I did it. Okay. That's technology for you. So they couldn't get any comment. They're like, who lives here? Nobody knows who lives there. She's mad because she's like, you're out there harassing my peeps, blah, 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 blah. I will say, I think she's in a fair amount of trouble. If they're actually able to prove this out, she wasn't able to answer the reporter's questions. Did you notice that? She's like soundbite maven. She's always saying the same thing. I will not be harassed. I will not be bullied. She always has the same stuff, like the ultimate politician. But she's not smart enough, dare I say, even though she tells us, oh, I went to Howard University. I'm brilliant. I'm this, that, and the other. If you were that brilliant, you wouldn't have brought a stupid case like you did, which actually is going to get thrown out by the appellate court. I'm waiting on it. It should have happened by now. Allegedly, according to a new report in the New York Post, apparently Kathy Hochul communicated to Donald Trump, or he inferred this anyway, that she quote unquote controls the judges. This is the governor of New York. So she was sort of saying, yeah, that $500 million, $500 million judgment against you that's sitting there in the appeals court of New York, I can actually do something on that. I control the judges. And they were having this conversation about the surcharge, right, in Midtown Manhattan. And he took that to be a veiled threat. And then the New York Post reported on that, et cetera. She's denying it. That's not the case. But I do wonder why the heck that thing is still stuck in the appellate court. If you listen to the court case, and we've played it here on the show, and you hear the judges, they're like, this doesn't make any sense. You've got a case with absolutely no victims. But in Letitia's case, I do think that they may be onto something here. So if this property in Virginia was being cited as her primary home when it wasn't in fact her primary home, if she's actually saying that her father was her husband, then what the heck is going down? And why isn't the media actually paying more attention to it? I want to show you a member of the media who's highlighting that, and rightly so. His name is Dan Abrams, and he used to work at ABC and MSNBC, and he's probably pretty liberal, but here he is on a podcast saying exactly what I've said, that this needs to have some attention paid to it.
That's a pretty easy takeaway to make when you look at the contrast in these.
Good to see you, Ms. James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Errol.
Absolutely. What is going on here? Did anybody contact you before this letter went out accusing you of this, that, and the other and making a criminal referral about real estate transactions?
No, not at all. And let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets.
Okay, we don't need to hear that again, right? Here she is. Here's Dave. Here he is, Dan Abrams speaking on.
So one of the most undercovered, in my view, legal stories right now.
Good to see you, Ms. James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having
me. So one of the...
Good to see you.
You can tell it's Friday before a holiday weekend, and you can tell by the myriad of sound that you just heard. Anyway, long story short, I'll just paraphrase what he said, was, yeah, they're not covering this. And they should be covering this. That this story is actually a really important one. So thank you for your patience right now as I cover this, because we've been covering it all along, and it's a critical story to cover. I think it's pot calling kettle at this moment in time. And Letitia, she should be careful. You know, we said that she ought to be careful, but she's too drunk on her own power. I mean, people that are so drunk on their own power obviously run certain kinds of risks, and she's part of that risk right now. And so I have a feeling it's not going to be a happy ending, not a happy ending for one Letitia James. And that's you know what? That's fine by me, because I think it actually is a real risk to the system when you have people doing what she did. A quick reminder as we go into the weekend, don't forget to check out 76research.com, my company. Take a look at those portfolios. You can go to 76portfolios.com. We will be back. I hope you have a fantastic Easter. I hope it's an amazing time. A blessed Good Friday to you, and we will talk live again on this program this Monday. See you then.